back again. John Cena's favourite podcast returns for another week. How you doing, mate?
I'm all right. I literally woke up we've just been discussing, obviously, because we're doing a bit of an early one today, because we know we don't do one till about 3 p.m. when we're all awake. We've had food and we've watched wrestling, so I know what I'm talking about. I literally woke up about half an hour ago. So I've not watched wrestling, I've not had food, and I'm running off Pepsi Max because I've got nothing else around me, and I was a bit late to start recording. So, but yeah, all good, mate. Apart from that, how are you?
Yeah, just taking a swig out of my Wrestling Fellas mug,
Which will be available when we hit 100 subscribers.
Oh man, good. Like you say, a bit tired. Not long awake myself. I did stay up much. Looking at the results this morning, about 50% of Raw last night.
Okay.
Thereabouts, probably not. Probably about less than that, but it looks like it's not much more happened after I went to bed, barring the main event.
Yeah, I was just looking on YouTube, then going through the clips. I wasn't actually watching the clips. I watched one clip, which we'll talk about very soon, which was probably the best part by lots of things. But yeah, I saw the matches. It's probably one of those just middle of the road set up Royal Rumble kind of thing.
Yeah, the Raws and SmackDowns for the next couple of weeks are literally just going to be the most important things in it's going to be the promos and the vignettes, just building up for the Royal Rumble and what's going to happen.
Yeah, man.
But no, I'm all right, mate. Other than that, I'm good. I'm good.
Good. That's all good to hear. I have a car now.
Yeah.
I've just been telling you, I have a new car. Called it Ferdinand after Rio Ferdinand, my second favourite United player. So yeah, I'm happy now. So I've got a car that when I'm driving, I'm not scared that I'll break down. And I can drive on the motorway to work and not worry that it's going to cut out like the last one did a few times. So happy days.
So who's your favourite United player? Jemba?
Ryan Giggs. Ryan Giggs on the pitch. Nothing. I'm not talking about off the pitch because it's like Chris Benoit in the ring. One of my favourites. Out the ring.
Well,
we won't talk about.
Funny enough, you mentioned him, right? Obviously, we've got this movie coming out, this Iron Claw movie, which I am going to go see.
I've booked my tickets.
Have you booked your tickets?
Yeah, I've got a Cineworld card.
Didn't see my invite, mate.
You come with us if you want, mate. I get a free ticket. That's why I bought mine.
I'm going to go to the Light Cinema near work, mate.
I go.
Extra leg room. I'm going on my own as well, so extra leg room and a pizza for one.
Yeah. Pizza?
Yeah, the Light does pizza and burgers.
I'll have a hot dog, whatever.
Yeah. I'm probably going to do a bit of a review for it. I might do a video and a review on it, make some mental notes. But there's a big call because obviously it's out in the US already. And it's got really good reviews and high praise for obviously from the wrestling world. And it's calls for them to make because Chavo Guerrero was heavily involved with it. And it's calls for them to make an Eddie Guerrero one with Pedro Pascal as Eddie Guerrero, which would be amazing.
Yeah, it would, to be fair.
Or a Guerrero family one. I've seen a Guerrero family one this week. The only issue is there. You can't make an Eddie Guerrero-based movie without Chris Benoit.
No, you can't, can you?
So if anything's going to stop that, because I would love that movie to be made. I haven't bought a DVD in years, but I'd buy that on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
If anything's going to stop that from being made, it would be him.
Yeah, I mean, in his early, when they were both in ECW, he had some amazing matches between the two. I don't think they crossed paths properly in WCW, from what I remember.
Really.
I mean, I weren't a massive WCW fan, but
no, because I've been obviously, as if you watched and listened for a while, I've watched back a lot of WCW Nitros. Eddie Guerrero was like the face with Rey Mysterio and Dean Malenko and Jericho of the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
And Chris Benoit was put into the
Four Horsemen, weren't they?
The Four Horsemen, yeah. With Michael Mongo, Ric Flair, and Arn. So they didn't really cross paths. They might have had a match here and there, but you can't discuss Eddie. You can't do anything of Eddie Guerrero's coming to WWE without him.
Yeah, the Radicals.
They come through with the Radicals, but then when they won the world titles, they won them together on the same night, celebrated on the same night. So it would be a tough one. But I feel like, do you know why people say Ryan Reynolds was made to play Deadpool?
Yeah.
I definitely think Pedro Pascal was made to play Eddie Guerrero. Now every time I see him, if you put a little bit of muscle on.
He looks Mexican.
Yeah. And I love Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
I think I'd be able to talk the wife into going and watching the Eddie Guerrero movie. Pedro Pascal's in it. She keeps calling him Daddy when I say his name. I don't know. I can't say anything. Hi, Mummy.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, and I'm just thinking, I'm trying to pick actors out to be like the wrestlers now.
Oh, that's a good shout. I'll have to proper think about that. That may be a video we might have to do for a bit of fun. That's a good shout, though. I like that idea.
Cast the Eddie Guerrero movie.
Oh, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do that for a fun one.
Or do we cast the WWE history movie so we can pick people throughout the years and cast them? Because there is supposedly a Chris Hemsworth as Hulk Hogan movie coming.
An Australian Hulk Hogan. Good day, mate.
Supposedly, obviously, there is meant to be, and he's been doing it for. I've heard about this movie for years, mate. Because I don't just like wrestling; I like movies as well. Big movie film. I love movies. I'd rather watch a movie than a TV program. So yeah, there's meant to be because he was cast. I think it was announced after Fight with My Family was done. And how they raised it, I love that film.
Oh, mate. I didn't even know who half the women were. I just look them up.
I didn't care about the other women. I really enjoyed the storytelling of that movie. I really did.
No, I hate it.
I think because I'm a big Paige Saraya fan. Because
I was at the time.
There was a Hulk Hogan movie supposedly being made with Chris Hemsworth, and they cast. I can't remember who they cast as Vince. The casting of Vince was pretty good. And obviously you're going to get the likes of Warrior and Andre. The guy probably playing Andre is probably the same one as playing him in Young Rock, because he did look sort of like him. But if you ever watch Young Rock, have you ever seen the bit where he goes to WWE and he meets all the wrestlers in the locker room?
I've not actually watched it, Young Rock. I watched the episode where he mentioned something about Roman Reigns back in.
Oh yeah,
when that first came out and it was news. Yeah. That's the only bit I've watched though.
There's an episode where he first goes to WWE. I haven't watched it all yet myself, but I've seen this clip online where he goes into the locker room and he meets like Triple H and The Undertaker and Stone Cold. None of them fucking look like him. Not one of them looks like it.
Is it like when you go to one of those American wrestling things over here and you go out, it's The Undertaker versus Kane and it's like the skinny
mate,
of Kane?
It really is. It is so much. It's one of the ones. I actually think the guy that's Triple H has got is like a prosthetic nose. I remember Triple H at the time was a Hunter Hearst Helmsley gimmick with the whole posh riding skill gear
and everything. Yeah.
Stone Cold's the ringmaster, I think, as well. And Taker. Yeah, it's bad. That program's actually really good. But yeah, I think we'll have to work on that one. We'll decide what we're doing. Are we doing?
I like that idea. The WWE movie, and we've got to cast certain people. I like that. That's a good idea. We'll think about that one, and we'll pull that one together.
Right.
That might have to be like a Tuesday when we've both got now on, and we just record.
Yeah. But can we both agree when it comes to casting Dwayne The Rock Johnson, we don't cast Dwayne The Rock Johnson as The Rock?
Who would you cast him? His dad.
yeah, he has to play Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson.
Yeah, because let's be honest.
No, I like that idea. We'll do that.
An action movie, Dwayne Johnson has to be in it because he's in every action movie out there.
Of course he is. He's one of my favourite actors. Not because he used to do wrestling or anything, but
Have you heard he's going to be recast? He's going to do the re-release of Jack Frost.
The Snowman one.
Michael Keaton.
Oh, what? I hate that film anyway.
Yeah, I'm not big fan of that film. And I'm waiting for the Moana live action movie.
That'd be sick.
He is coming. He's admitted to it, and he is playing Maui.
That'd be mint. And then my nephew would be all over that because he absolutely loves it. It's the only thing we have to put on when he's eating his dinner.
Yeah, my little niece used to like it as well. I was telling Zoe the other day. Was it Zoe? No, it wasn't Zoe. It was I was out in the bands the other day. You know what that means. With work.
I don't actually. Oh right, no, yeah, just yeah, no, yeah.
And I was telling the person that let me come out with them. We were talking Disney movies. She was a big Disney fan. I was talking about Moana, and before I met Zoe, I was going to the gym, so I was getting in really good shape. Muscles were starting to come through where they should be. And obviously, I've got quite a few tattoos, and my hair was a lot longer back then as well. And my little niece was obsessed with it. And I was stood, and I didn't have a t-shirt on one day. I was getting ready for the gym. I must have been talking to my mum. She was looking after my niece, and we could just see my niece sitting there looking at me, looking at TV, looking at me, looking at TV. And she just went, "Oh, Uncle John's Maui." I was like, "What?"
I can see it.
And she went, "Uncle John's Maui." And I was like, "I'll take that one. You could have called me worse."
Yeah, take it all day.
But it had its downfalls because anytime she watched it after that, anything that happened to Maui had to happen to me.
Oh, okay.
And then when the big crab gets him and he squeezes him in his claw and he bites him in his teeth, I got bit multiple times. And whenever I was like, "Why?" It's like, "Why'd you bite before?" "Well, yeah, we're playing Moana. You're Maui." I'm like, fuck.
Fair enough.
But no, it was.
I've been called, some people like Rikishi. That was a fun one when I was a kid. Umaga.
I take Umaga because Umaga just destroyed people's fucking life. Umaga was awesome.
Yeah, Bastian Bugger was one I got called as well quite a few times. Yeah, no one liked Maui then. Anyway, that's PTSD.
I was always taller than everybody, so I got Big Show. So.
Yeah, just got called fucking Rikishi. So. If you didn't know, the fellas are linked with WWE Euroshop by Fanatics. If you want to support us, click the link in the description below. It's just below there. Not just there. Just a little bit like
exactly across.
Exactly that one there. Click that one. Takes you to the WWE Euroshop where they've just released some new t-shirts, actually, John. I don't know whether you know this.
I was going to wear it last night, but I didn't because I thought, do you know what? I'll save it for today.
Oh.
We can have a look. I can have a look at my phone.
I went on it just before we started recording. I had a look, so I'll wait till you to get your phone up, and then we will talk them through together.
Hang on a minute.
I like a few of them.
I'll come back to that in a minute. Come back to that later on. Title, 120 quid. NXT title.
What?
I don't know. It was
Which
on
one?
Fanatics.
The new one?
No, I can't remember now.
Well, I've looked.
The Big X. Hang on. Yeah.
Oh, that's the old one. I like that one.
It's a commemorative one.
Yeah, that's fine. I made WWE Championship the commemorative one.
That's good, that though. 126 quid.
Yeah. Too bad I've just bought a car. So, have you got it up?
Yeah, I'll get it now, mate. Yeah.
Cool.
We're all doing next month. I can't afford shit, mate.
Yeah.
I can just put food on my table.
Just a full petrol. So they released some new ones, and I really want. I want the majority of them all bar the Jimmy Uso one. I don't want that.
Yeah, the Jimmy Uso t-shirt just reminds me that they don't know what they're doing with Jimmy Uso right now. What can we do with Jimmy Uso? I know we'll give him a Yeet t-shirt, but cross it out and put no.
Well, that's because of what Roman says to him when he says yeet. He just looks at him and he goes, "No yeet." That's that. But the Lexis King one, I really like. I really like that t-shirt. The levels above the Roman Reigns one, I'm kind of keen on, because obviously, as much as he's annoying me because he's not there, I do like Roman Reigns. He's one of my favorites. What?
Alpha Academy Junior Cadet
Alpha
t-shirt.
Academy. So I was going to get that, but then I saw Junior Cadet and I thought, I don't think that'll go down well. Tricking ain't easy. Obviously, Trick Williams' new one.
Yeah, but the issue with that one is tricking is actually for the British audience who doesn't know, tricking's actually like a slang word for pimping.
Yeah, that's why Godfather used to say pimping ain't either.
Yeah.
It's a play. It's a word. It's play on that, innit?
It's I know that from a movie called Hustle and Flow. It was an MTV movie. Yeah, and so like I see that t-shirt and I was like, yeah, because I have seen clips of him. I'm like, do you know what? I'll actually, no, can't wear that one. Can't wear that one.
I mean, I still would. You do say you do have a t-shirt that says "Kiss the Ring." So, and then you've also got the We the Ones youth t-shirt on there. So if you've got a little one that is a big Uso fan, there you go, just for you. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn wicked t-shirt. That kit I mentioned that last week. That's still on there. Obviously, you got Daddy's Back, Hell Throws Over, Umaga t-shirt.
Doesn't say it's nice Umaga t-shirt there, the tan one.
You still got the White Judgment Day one, and I've just realised this is 3XL, which we're going to go to in a minute. But this 3XL and this fits fine, so I'm very tempted. Because if it's the soft European one, then I can fit into that. That's fine.
They're not going to fit me. I am back in the gym, so I'm hoping to shift some quickly.
But there is some nice ones there.
There is some, obviously, if you prefer some, maybe you're a bit of an old school wrestling fan and as well. You obviously do release some, so I'm looking here. We've got the Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Wanted t-shirts, always there. There's always some sort of Stone Cold t-shirt. Always a Stone Cold t-shirt floating around. As we were just talking about a moment ago, the Your Pappy, Eddie Guerrero t-shirts on there. The classic NWO, Hulkamania. But they're all on there. But if you're going to buy them, I'm going to make a promise to the fellas now. And use click that link below and use that across. And who knows? If I don't know how it works. I think we get a little bit of money back off that if you use it. And if we do, we'll do a giveaway with the money that comes in once it gets to a certain amount. Yeah,
the money that we get from it just goes back into this. So it's not like we're putting it into our pockets and spending it for ourselves. It goes into what we do. So eventually there's like a big call for it, or whatever goes on in the future. Anything that's donated or anything that helps us through the link, we'll just go through new equipment for us to use and stuff like that, so we can give more content and better content for you lot.
Let's see what I said, mate.
I can't find the NXT.
The belt. I just googled Euroshop, mate. There as well, guys. Obviously, if you Google Euroshop, Fanatics does come up. But yeah, if you see anything, please use our link. Obviously, because we're going to discuss where I'm finding this now. I just googled it, mate, and when the shop comes up, Fanatics website.
Yeah, I can't find it. It's not there. Cool. So, because we're on the subject, John, most important question of the day. What t-shirt you wearing, bro?
I have got on. I've just sent you the link, by the way. Solo Sikoa.
Oh, the actual Fanatics website, right? Yeah. I have the best in the world, CM Punk. John,
ladies and gentlemen,
that's
the end of this week's podcast.
I came on and John went, get that t-shirt off, and I was actually going to take it off because I literally only put it on just to annoy him.
Right. It's your t-shirt, your choice. You want
at the end of the day, you don't control my life, John. So no, it's all fun and games. Take the pick out of each other. If there was someone that I really hated, who do I really hate? Ronda Rousey. I wouldn't make John take it off. It's his choice, but I would not torture him. So.
The difference between me and you is if you told me to take it off in the middle of the pod, because I normally have mine sort of semi-covered over. I would sit and do the rest of the pod with no t-shirt on. Just letting you know, if it comes to that point.
So we'll blur that out if that comes to it. That's fine. I'm gonna have to work out how to blur things out on this.
I wanna see if we. Well, it might not be a recurring thing. It's not every week something good happens, but I have a moment of the week, mate, that's absolutely blew me socks off. And it was in NXT. So you probably know what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Genuine. I don't know if you're going to be able to do this. Apologize if you can't, but I'm going to say, Matt, if in a minute, can you try and clip this in somehow? I don't know how.
Yeah, I would.
Was it Joaquin Wilde, Carlito, and I can't remember the other guy.
Cruz del Toro.
NXT midweek. The slingshot in NXT. I don't know if you've seen it. It's been everywhere, mate.
Yeah, I've seen it, mate. I watched NXT that week.
It was unbelievable. Stuff I like. I've spoken before. I'm really into the spots and the high flying and stuff at the moment. And I've seen that clip, and they literally send Joaquin Wilde into orbit.
Yeah.
And it's and it was unbelievable. I'm still waiting for someone to do an edit of it with I Believe I Can Fly behind it, but maybe they won't touch that now because of.
Well, I was gonna say maybe I could do it, but I'm not gonna touch.
Yeah, do it. But yeah, that is blew my head. The only thing that's come close to that in NXT that I can really remember, like Firefly and stuff like that, was when Velveteen Dream and Ricochet were.
And Ricochet, yeah.
And he's like, Velveteen's like, you do nothing that really impresses me, and Ricochet's like, well, hold my drink. Landed. It did Logan Paul, but he had to take a step with Logan Paul. With Velveteen, he landed right in front of him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And no. But yeah, maybe if we could keep our eye out for stuff, and not every week, but yeah. But if
I like that. I've also got at the end of the show. I've also got a new segment which you'll have to remind me because I will forget at the end of the show. Called Wanker of the Week.
So
have a think about.
Oh, Wanker of the Week. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
You really give me that opportunity.
Yeah. Well, you've not done it in a couple of months, so I'll let you do it. So let's talk about.
I'm just going to throw it out there now. When we get to Wanker of the Week, it's not going to be him. I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be that petty thing. It was on last night. I was on last night, and we'll discuss it in a minute. I'm really upset with Drew because he didn't kick his head off.
It's building up to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's talk TNA. But we'll go a bit different today because obviously the new rebranding of TNA from Impact Wrestling. They've unveiled the new X Division Championship, which I put here, so you'll probably see it. And the tag team ones. The TNA tag titles as well got unveiled last night, which look very nice belts, but don't like the red around them.
Bit busy.
Personally, that's just my point of view.
They're a bit busy as well.
Yeah. And obviously they've got Hard to Kill coming up. That's because I'm looking at two things at the same time now. Hard to Kill coming up. And the card looks stacked if you're a big TNA fan and you know the roster. Something's just fell. Sorry, I was just trying to grab it without anyone noticing, but it looks like I'm doing something. So, anyway, so I'll go through the card deck quick in a minute, and we'll talk about. Obviously, I just want to talk about TNA in general because obviously Impact Wrestling was meh. Obviously, they had the bit in between where they were joined forces with Global Force Wrestling and Jeff Jarrett and stuff like that.
There was another point where they were under Smashing Pumpkins frontman as well.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Billy Corgan.
Yes.
Who's now in charge, owns not NWA, well, has shares in NWA. But there was a point there where it was Impact something or other. I can't think what it was called. They've had a really, from when they dropped the TNA title, it's been a bit of a up and down run for them.
Yeah, it has, and obviously we've seen people go there, build the career up, or help build the career up. So I'm thinking about Drew McIntyre when he left, or Drew Galloway when he left WWE, built himself back up in the UK scene, came back over to the UK, did TNA.
Well,
and then
he
WWE
actually
noticed him.
He was actually doing. So I know this with Drew because I've listened to his book. He's booking. He was trying to book a show every day to get himself up.
Yeah, he was.
So he's in the UK doing a couple of shows, and he had to fly out and record a couple of episodes of TNA Impact at the time. Back in the UK, he was going to Mexico. He was going to. He didn't go to Japan, he was meant to go to Japan. He was actually meant to join the Bullet Club. But as the discussions with that come, that's when Triple H gave him the phone call to come back to WWE. So obviously he chose WWE because that is where Drew really wanted to be. So he was actually meant to be when Marty Scurll joined the Bullet Club. That was actually meant to be Drew. Drew was meant to be the English member or British member.
Okay.
Which would have been epic.
Yeah, it would have been. And then Cody Rhodes went there. We know Cody left WWE. I don't exactly know Cody's path, but I know he went there and he won. Did he win the title, the TNA title at one point? Was it the TNA title?
Yeah.
And didn't he have his own belt?
I can't remember about the belt, but I know he hit that list, didn't he? And there was a lot of names on that list, and I think a lot of them were in Impact at the time. Mike Bennett was being the big one, I think. So I remember him showing up. I was actually quite upset because I really invested into the list, and then I was like, "Please don't end up in Impact. Don't go to Impact." And it turned up in Impact, and his pilot jacket with Brandy Rhodes on his arm. But yeah, I can't remember getting a title.
A shite tattoo on his neck.
No, that didn't come into AEW.
Oh, did it not? I thought it did.
No, AEW.
Oh, fair play. It's still awful.
I want that tattoo. Not on my neck, but
I was gonna say, no, having the tattoo is fine. Just where it is. I think Cody regrets it as well. I think I remember him saying, "Don't mention the tattoo." So yeah, they've got Hard to Kill coming up this weekend. Actually, this weekend, 13th.
So the issue with it, if the pay-per-view is, are they still on Fight?
Yes.
iFight.
They're on Danger. They're on the Zone as well now for us.
Yeah, so
there's something else got to pay for.
It's just they're always dead pricey though when they're on there.
Yeah.
And I don't think
streaming way as well. By the way, we'll mention that in a minute. But there's something happening with Raw that's going to cost if you want to watch it. I don't know if it's going to happen for us, but with what's happened with NXT, I'd probably think it probably will.
NXT, I can. Well, obviously go into a bit more. I can see why they've done it with NXT. It's not, but they've got contracts for Raw and SmackDown, aren't they, over here?
They did with NXT. They've come out the contract with it. They paid off the contract to get out of NXT, but we'll talk about that in a minute. TNA, yes. So the card is they've got 3 pre-show matches. They took a page out of AEW's book with Rich Swann versus Steve Macklin, and they've got Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers versus Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian. And they've got Tommy Dreamer versus Crazy Steve in a no disqualification match for the TNA Digital Media Championship. I hate that title. Absolutely hate it. Just call it the television title or something. Just get rid of the digital media bit.
Yeah, but I get why they call it digital media because.
No, I get it as well. I just
hate
the name. I hate the name. I'm an old school guy. I like television titles.
They'll probably get changed to television title once they did a full change.
What did it used to be called?
It was the new title.
Legends Championship. Was that the Legends Championship?
I don't know. I just remember it being made not long after Matt Cardona.
I think that. Yeah, I think their first championship was the Legends title that Booker T first held.
What they need to do, they need to learn from WWE and AEW. Don't flood the business with titles. Have a main title, mid-card title, tag titles, and a female title. Maybe throw some female tag titles in there if you want to, but don't flood it. Don't have like 16 different championships that one person's trying to defend every week.
Yeah, this is the thing though. Like before the brand split again, they had the two titles, didn't they? Because they had the world title, the WWE. I'm talking about. They had the world title and the WWE title. Then they had the Intercontinental US women's and tag team. And then obviously when they split the brands, they've made all individuals apart from the tag team.
When you got a brand split like that, it works because you basically running the show.
Yeah. It's like with AEW, you've got the Continental, the International, TNT. FTW, World Title, Tag Title, Women's Title, TBS Title, Ring of Honor World Title, Pure Championship. I've gone up to 15 titles now, and I've lost count. 10 titles. There's too many.
I watched some AEW this week while I was working. and Eddie Kingston comes out to do commentary and he's got his titles. They bring him out a stand for his titles, and obviously the stand only holds one title. And even Eddie Kingston's looking at the person like, what do I do?
Okay, now. So yeah, and then you've got ABC, Chris Bay and Ace Austin versus the Rascals in Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel versus Speedball Mountain in Mike Bailey and Trent Seven versus the Grizzly Young Veterans, Zach Gibson and James Drake for the TNA World Tag Team titles.
Why does Speedball Mountain sound like it belongs in Narcos or so?
It sounds like it's a ride at Disney. Josh Alexander versus Alex Hammerstone, who's making his debut in TNA.
Oh, is that where he's gone? Or is it like a...
Yeah.
Is it official or is it like a Will Ospreay?
No, it's official. He's signed.
I was hoping he would go somewhere else, but I'll take TNA. That's fine.
Yeah, he signed. He's yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he has.
Because there was he's got history with, as in being a partner with a certain MJF with somebody else. So I was hoping it might still happen. It might be just, you know, they crossover, don't they, from TNA, all right. He was going to come in and help side with MJF with the Undisputed Kingdom. I think it's fair.
Yeah. We'll get onto that in a minute. Giselle Shaw versus Zaya Brookside versus Jodie Fret versus Tasha Steelz versus Alicia Edwards versus Dani Luna. It's a Knockouts Ultimate X match to determine the number one contender to the TNA Knockouts World title. And you got Dirty Dango versus PCO.
Oh, he retired.
Oh, PCO?
No, Dirty Dango.
Yeah, he retired and came back like a year ago. They must have offered him a decent contract, or he was bored at home. Because obviously Breeze is doing stuff with Up, Down, Down and taking some independent bookings here and there. But his main stuff is to do with WWE. I think he's working in the Performance Center as well.
They missed the trick with Breeze and the Maximum Male models. They should have done something with them three. But
yeah,
if we believe what Mansoor has come out and said, the reason they went on TV is because of the contract with Saudi, and Mansoor was not allowed to lose.
Yeah. This Batman. Chris Sabin will defend his X Division Championship against Vikingo and Kushida, which that's probably going to be a decent match with Chris Sabin, Vikingo, and Kushida. Trinity, probably going to be her last match in TNA before she goes back to WWE, versus Jordan Grace for the TNA Knockouts World title. This is Grace's Call Your Shot Championship match that she won. Because the rumours are Trinity's going back to WWE to be with Jimmy. Now Sasha's signing with AEW. Yeah. Now Sasha's signed with AEW by the looks of things. Alex Shelley will defend the TNA World title against Moose. And this is Moose's Feast of Fired World title. So it's a stacked card. People are obviously expecting AJ to show up, maybe on a video package, and maybe Samoa Joe, but I don't think you'll get any of that. I think it's just rebranded. They're going a different direction with it all.
Wow.
And I'm excited.
They could do, because WWE Network released this is also something. It's a program. I can't remember what it was called this week or last week. I might have been on it for a while, but I've been on Network for a little while. But I watched it this week. It's about the figures, the action figures they've released over the years.
In start of December.
And Matt Cardona and
Brian Myers are on it.
Brian Myers were on it. And obviously they would have had to get permission from Impact, just got them all, for Brian Myers to do it. Not Matt Cardona, because he's a full-on free agent. So it could be part of the agreement, or when we reband, we want a bit of vignette from Samoa Joe and AJ and anybody else that's in there.
Well, they've done it with AJ before, haven't they? Because was it the anniversary show? AJ did a vignette for them.
All I remember is we AJ.
Yeah. Has AEW still got the partnership with TNA?
Well, it must do, because Vikingo's gone across.
Vikingo's in
AAA.
I thought he was in AAA. Yeah. So what's that got to do with
He's also in AEW. There must be some sort of agreement there. He was wrestling in AEW this week. There's got to be some sort of mutual agreement going around, because obviously if he's contracted to perform at AEW, if they really wanted to, they would be like, well, he can't perform with anybody else in North America. Why is he with us?
So he's signed to AAA. He has a deal where AAA let him make appearances in AEW and other independent companies. So
there'll probably be. Tony Khan seems like he's quite open for that door to be opened every now and then.
Well, Triple H is starting, isn't he? After what we found out last week.
Yeah, but with AJPW, it's a bit different between really close competition.
No, but if Triple H is starting to open the door a little bit, at least it's a start from somewhere, because we've already had Mickie James swap over during the Royal Rumble, so it's a start. At least that's something that if it was up to Vince, we would never get. It's a little open door, nothing major, nothing in terms of New Japan or anything like that, but it's something. I'm quite happy for it to hopefully grow into other. We'll see. Obviously, nothing to do with AEW, because Tony Khan hates WWE with a passion, as we've seen on his Twitter. So that's TNA, and it looks like it's going to be a good night. I'm not going to be watching it because I'm not paying. I pay for enough stuff to watch wrestling on.
No, I'd say it's too expensive at the moment. The only background. Yeah, put Drew back on. That's better. Yeah, they need to do a streaming service. AEW need one badly, really badly. Other than Fight, where you pay your subscription, you get all the pay-per-views and everything like the network. It needs to be done. Yeah. The network's been very successful, especially over here. Obviously, it doesn't exist in America no more. It's all on Peacock in America, but it must be doing all right for it to stay over here.
Peacock going under, isn't it? Yeah, Top Dollar is also going to be at TNA. I know. I can see you're excited. I know you can see you're excited. He's also going to be releasing his new music video with DJ Woo Kid. I know. Can't wait. I'm so excited to see that.
Woo Kid.
I fucking know.
Was it Woo Kid or Woo Kid?
Heavy metal. No, Woo Kid, as in Woo Kid. I'm a rock fan, so I don't have a clue that is. So that's TNA. Go watch it. Give him some love. Talk about it. Tweet about it. Snapchat it. I don't know, whatever you young kids do nowadays. That sounds so weird. Let's talk about. What should we go on? What should we talk about? AEW or WWE? Which one do you want to do? I'll let you choose next.
We'll go WWE.
Okay. Well, I've not got anything that far. Perfect. Right, Raw was last night. We'll talk about SmackDown first. SmackDown was a very good show. I really enjoyed SmackDown. I popped hard. The crowd was shy. I was actually really mad at the crowd for SmackDown. I've never been mad at a crowd more than that. Tyler Bate makes his debut on the main roster. Now, crickets. AOP come back. Absolutely nothing. Crickets. Meecham and Io Sky put on an absolute banger. Nothing. Crickets. But Roman Reigns comes out with Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles. Oh my God. Just give some love for the other people, man. Not just
LA Knight, who bladed.
Something I'm bringing up anyway. I'm glad you brought that up. So we saw on Raw with Becky Lynch being blooded, and WWE normally grey it out or cut to someone else or cut to the crowd. Don't mention the blood. You get a trainer out going, oh my God, you're bleeding. Let's put you up there. And then didn't do it, and they mentioned it. On SmackDown, same thing happened. LA Knight bladed.
Blade.
WWE.
I watched it. So I was watching it. I only watched that bit last night while I was waiting for Raw to come on. And I was stood right in front of the TV. And AJ does the...
Get square eyes for doing that.
Yeah, well, got my glasses on already. So yeah, AJ does the splash off the ring ropes. Lands on his chest, nowhere near his head. And LA Knight is not bleeding. He pins him, and as he kicks out the pin, he rolls away from the way the camera is.
Mm-hmm.
But then he rolls black, and he's doing a mox.
Yeah, he's bladed. Well, not Vince. Obviously, Vince in creative. Triple H is obviously and Nick Khan have letting him bleed, do more blood on TV.
It was a blatant blade because it come from the blood was he thought it was coming from his nose, didn't you? But it for me it looked like it was coming down from the hairline, which is
it was coming from his hairline. You could see,
which is synonymous for where they blade from.
Yeah, but WWE didn't cut it and didn't cut to the crowd. They just carried on it. However, on YouTube, obviously they've got to go by the rules. It's all grayed out. But on live TV, they mentioned it. They kept the camera on it. They didn't cut away. So obviously it's a new kind of era in WWE and they're letting people do that, which is fine. As I said last week, it's fine if you put it to a minimum. You don't want a Jon Moxley. You don't.
He hasn't bled in a few weeks.
I know. I think there's something wrong with him. We need to check on him.
They've got a big sign in the background. They got a big sign in the background. Weeks since Jon Moxley bled.
You know what? On the hard cam side, this is why you don't see it. There's a guy with a thing going, bleed, don't bleed, bleed, don't bleed. So the original plan for Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble was for him to face Randy Orton. However, plans changed because they don't know what to do in terms of winning and who takes the pinfall. So Dave Meltzer stated the WWE's original plan for the Royal Rumble, it was originally Randy Orton. The idea was Roman and Orton at the Rumble, especially there were parties involved who did not want to beat Randy Orton this early. Obviously, they felt there was money to be made with Randy and Roman in a program at some point down the line, but it's too soon to do it. We'll have to see how the Royal Rumble turns out. There's a lot of options. So it looks like they don't want Orton to take the pin, so they put Knight in there with Styles, and it looks like LA Knight or AJ Styles is probably going to take the pin rather than Orton. So Orton doesn't have the way you didn't beat me kind of thing.
Yeah, you didn't pin me, you pinned them, and Solo will probably get involved somehow, and we'll get a rubber Solo and Orton for a bit as well.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few ways WrestleMania is turning around for me at the moment. Like, obviously, last week I said I'm face head on what it is going to be. I can really see it being a triple threat match for the world title with Seth, Punk, and Rhodes. And I can see Rock Rhodes. And Roman happening at WrestleMania.
Not Rhodes with Punk. If it's going to be a triple threat match,
Punk called him out again to this week and said Cody's not going to stop me.
If it's going to be a triple threat match, I think it's going to be Drew.
It could be fair forward then with Drew in it.
Yeah. I think I'm agreeing with you from last week. I think Drew's going to take that briefcase off Priest. Yeah,
that's the other option. I mean, I'm just with them saying there's still a plan for Orton and Reigns. If we're having him Rock and Roman at Elimination Chamber, where does Reigns and Orton come into it? Because after he loses the title, Roman.
Well, did he fight for the number one contendership?
Maybe. Goldberg's been in the news this week.
He shouldn't be.
Well, he has been. It's about his retirement and his promise that he had and didn't go ahead with Vince McMahon.
Was it not enough that he buried the Fiend? Goldberg killed the Fiend. Kevin can come back, but he killed the Fiend. The Fiend was never the same.
He's not won a world title since.
Yeah, but it's because fucking Roman Reigns and been holding it pretty much all the time. He should have won it.
That was the whole point.
What was it? What was the one Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman lost the key? It was the last man standing match. But the way they had to stop the ref from counting because he couldn't find the key.
Royal Rumble 20. It weren't 2020 because he faced Corbin. 2021.
Must have been
2021.
Yeah. That's when Kevin won the title.
Yeah. I wish, because he was a quality unit. I watched that again the other day. That whole reign as Kevin Owens as Universal title with Jericho, and I absolutely loved it. Goldberg recounted a pivotal moment when he was asked to put Roman Reigns over in Saudi Arabia, despite battling COVID-19 at the time. In a surprising twist, Goldberg revealed a conversation with Vince McMahon where they agreed to the match on one condition: Goldberg would receive a retirement match in return. So Goldberg said, "I owe him everything until we went to Saudi Arabia, and he asked me to put Roman Reigns over. I had COVID, and I remember calling him from my house and said, 'Listen, here's the deal. I'll do it if you give me a retirement match.'" Goldberg, then he was 56 years old, recovered from COVID, pushed through with Saudi Arabia match, even though it put him in a challenging situation physically. However, the heart of the issue lies in his belief that McMahon failed to honour their deal. Goldberg didn't mince words, bluntly saying, "Vince is a piece of shit as far as I'm concerned." When Ringside News inquired about Goldberg's situation and the promised retirement match, we were met with a sudden response: "There's no discussion about Goldberg at all." Adding more fuel to the fire, there were rumours circulating that Goldberg might be AEW bound. Before the dust settled, people within WWE were buzzing about it, but as we all know, that never materialized. PW Insider delved deeper into the speculation, with fans wondering about Goldberg's chances of debuting with AEW. While there appear to be no immediate plans, Tony Khan, the man behind AEW, has communicated with Goldberg in the past, but never indicated that the Hall of Famer would land in the promotion. So he was told he would have a retirement match, Goldberg, and never did. And that's why he's not been on TV since.
Yeah, because you're in a retirement match, sort of need a win, don't you? And it's probably been Roman Reigns he's wanted, and Vince is not going to put that. But yeah.
Well, no, you won't put that with anyone. You won't put Goldberg over Roman.
Yeah, no, I love Goldberg, and I did when he was in WCW and stuff. But for me, when he came back as Goldberg, he just killed too many runs for my liking.
I liked the match with Lesnar at Survivor Series where it lasted a minute. All that big build up for a minute and 26 seconds. That was quality. I liked the match he had with, was it Drew, where Drew kicked his head in? Love that. That was quality. Enjoyed that. But other than that, there's been nothing. I've not enjoyed anything Goldberg's proper return run. Obviously, his stuff in 2003 with Triple H and Evolution was great, and I loved it. But everything after that was just, I could have just left without it, to be quite honest with you. Like you said, he killed the Fiend's run. He killed Kevin Owens' run. Vince McMahon.
Yeah, it's
like big sweaty men.
But no, Raw last night. No, we haven't watched it all, but I want to touch on a couple of things from Raw.
Go for it.
I feel like I did watch about 50% of it. Obviously, as you know, most weeks we don't watch. Well, Matt sometimes does. I don't.
I always watch Raw before we do these. I always do, just so I know what I'm talking about. However, I woke up half an hour before we record. Like
I say, we're doing a bit of an early recording, but I watched about 50%. Obviously, it opened up with a Drew McIntyre CM Punk promo, and this is why I think Drew may be taking that briefcase off Priest. You'll understand that when you watch it. He sort of calls Priest out and tells him he's cashing it in at the wrong point, trying to cash in mid-match. What you're doing, you cash in after they've won, and I'm weak, and then you bounce dead. So I'm wondering, is he going to take the briefcase from Priest? Because Priest seemed like he's got a bit of issues with. There was a segment with Judgment Day. Like, why aren't we dealing with McIntyre? And obviously, Rhea. Rhea's clearly got something for Drew, because she's the one that's like, oh no, don't need to worry about Drew just yet. Sort of palming it off. But the promo with CM Punk, he says all things like, the guys in the back have all got a bet on how long you're going to last before you destroy yourself.
I like how they're bringing that up, though.
I like how they're using people that seem like they genuinely have an issue with him, or could have a reason to have an issue with him. Because Drew was, if you think, Drew was technically a rookie when CM Punk was there last, so he'd probably not been treated very well, and he do touch on that last night. CM Punk came out and got very cocky after he did his bit, laying the rope corner while Drew was talking. Drew did his bit and then laying the ropes, let Punk talk again. Slightly disappointed that he did not get his head kicked into the Rowettes.
They're building up to the Rumble, aren't they?
Well, this is where I'm back with the briefcase. I think it's going to be CM Punk at Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon Drew's going to have the briefcase, and I reckon he'll kick Punk's head off at Mania. And he'll take the title straight off him they want to get Drew over as a heel again, take the fans' darlings title off him the minute he wins it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you.
But no, the most important bit, this is why I bring up Raw. We're not much more in the Raw, but as you can see behind me, we have the Judgment Day. And the new
it's missing someone.
I'll get to it. So obviously, R-Truth there in the front. The Judgment Day's new motto is live, laugh, love.
Don't like that. I don't think it is, to be quite. I don't think Rio would probably be happy about that.
And they're there for anybody that needs to have a chat. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen this promo or vignette yet, please go and watch it. This is peak R-Truth.
Yeah.
At his finest. And he talks about how JD, he's not a member no more because Truth beat him. He's out. And how he's, how he loves Priest and Finn and Rhea and Nick and I can't think what the other one he called.
Tom
Mysterio. He's never met Tom, but he's got much love for Tom Mysterio. Or Nick Mysterio.
I've never met Tom either, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's going to be for love of wrestling.
Maybe, yeah. Potentially. And how he's the vignettes showing pictures for their time together when he stood at the 24/7 championship. They're even on the cover of Judgment Day in your house together and everything.
Yeah, for the Undertaker and put Truth's face on it.
And I didn't know this. Do you know where he's been a John Cena fan all his life?
He has been John Cena fan all his life.
But when he was born, and the doctors held him for the first time, he told the doctors that one day he will be in the Judgment Day.
Wow.
Ah, fucking hell.
I'd ask the doctors what the lottery numbers are if you can see that far into the future.
And he showed a picture of him all the Judgment Day members as kids.
Yeah, and he was in the back with a microphone.
Yeah.
Singing "What's Up."
What's up? I love it, mate. I love it.
Yeah, it was sick. I watched it. So I obviously didn't watch Raw, and you told me to watch it. So as we were setting up, I watched it on YouTube. Yeah, it was sick. I really enjoyed it.
Please give us an R-Truth Judgment Day t-shirt. Give us an R-Truth t-shirt. I
think it'll be that one that Truth's got on. That Truth keeps wearing. I think that.
I just have this little sinking feeling that the Miz and R-Truth's going to win the tag title soon, and it's going to be by accident.
Oh.
I just have this because he's feuding with Dom and JD.
Yeah.
And obviously, if he keeps beating that, I don't know how the result went last night with that match, but if he keeps beating both of them, Rhea's going to go right, Finn, Priest, I need you to sort this out. And he's going to tag with R-Truth again. Or they're going to kick R-Truth out and Miz is going to be the other one that saves him. They go after Finn and Priest and take his title off him. The tag titles off him for a little while. Just have that sinking feeling. But yeah, no, what I've seen of Raw, I'm going to watch the rest of it this afternoon, I think. But yeah, no, it's cool. Other thing happened this week, mate. I don't think much happened in AEW. You got anything that...
Oh, yes, I have. AEW was great last week. AEW Dynamite was great. It was like they took away everything, all backstage negativity. They took away everything, and they put on a show, which was wrestling, which was what they're supposed to be. They took away the sports entertainment side of it. They took away all the negativity they've had recently, and it was literally, we're going to put on one of the best shows of the year. That is how I want to watch Dynamite. It was fun. I actually watched Dynamite.
I'm about 3/4 through, I think.
From start to finish, I enjoyed the whole thing.
It almost felt like Tony Khan realised, hang on a minute, I need to hit the reset button.
Yeah, agreed.
Because his private party's back. He's lined up a couple of tag teams to potentially topple Big Bill and Ricky Starks. I mean, private party come back and they didn't just talk about OC and Hook and Danhausen and Top Flight and whatever in the ring. They threw out FTR and the Young Bucks as well, just to remind people that they do exist in the tag team division. I I'm loving Undisputed Kingdom, mate, and I know you're probably not so keen on how it's been packaged at the moment.
Yeah, the name I'm not keen on.
I'm not keen
on the name.
It was obvious it was going to be some sort of undisputed something or other.
I know, just not keen on the name. I don't mind it. I the way it planned out, I obviously said last week. I didn't like it the way it planned out. I thought it could have been done more effectively than it was. In terms of costing MJF the title rather than just let Joe win it and then.
Yeah, I get that. But like I said last week, I think they had to pull the trigger on it. They had no choice to pull that trigger.
No. That's not my issue. My issue is they should have cost him the title. Yeah. That's my issue with it. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, but I like what they've done. Obviously, because MJF's gone away now to make an appearance in the Royal Rumble.
I did say this.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll go back to that.
Imagine, no. Just
hold that thought. I've got something on that, and it's something else. Once again from TikTok, I'll come back to that in a second. But I like how they've done there. They've took the Undisputed Kingdom, they brought them out into the ring, had a bit of a chat with Adam Cole, story time with Adam Cole, baby. They've dropped the boom, which brought me out because I like doing the boom. But obviously, he's talked about their plans and how Wardlow's going to go for the world title, and he's going to just hand it to Adam Cole. Roddy Strong's going for it. He's laid out a clear path for him, which I like. I do like they've laid out the plans, but then I liked what Tony Khan did this week because there's so many people that they've hurt along the way, and were we meant to forget about that potentially? But then he brought Jay White. Yeah.
Vince McMahon. To be fair to him, he is bringing back stuff that happened in the past, whereas Vince would have gone. You don't remember that?
Yeah. Men in Black. Boom!
Yeah, exactly.
But he brought out Jay White, who then brought out the Ass Boys. They're always going to be the Ass Boys to me. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. They will always be the Ass Boys. What then, obviously, then the Undisputed Kingdom obviously leveled it back up with Wardlow come in, which I'm glad Wardlow's got a decent storyline. I'm not happy that he's going to be Adam Cole's protector while he's got his... Yeah. But I like it. But then obviously when they leveled it up, they brought out the Acclaimed, which we're going to potentially see something along the lines with the Acclaimed against Bullet Club Gold, against the Undisputed Kingdom. I'm there for it. Hangman returned this week as well.
Yeah.
Hangers returned this week. It's always good to see the Hangers.
He also got a debut.
I've done up
yeah. And she got a massive. I know she was. It was in her hometown and stuff, but
yeah. So that's how you do it. If you're gonna bring someone in new and no one knows where they're going, bring them back in the home crowd. Give them a home crowd.
Yeah, definitely.
WWE did it with Punk.
It works. It's money when you do it.
He did have a bit of a flat response last night, mate. Let me know when you watch it what you think.
Did I?
And that's not me just having my usual weekly dig at him. I'm not even gonna lie. I did enjoy the promo between him and Drew last night because I was living in hope Drew was kicking his head off. But it wasn't as loud as it has been. And there was only one or two anti-Punk signs in the crowd as well.
Yeah, fair play. You got to get it, right?
But yeah, she's made an appearance this week. I'm trying to think what else. Danhausen's back on team.
Yeah, Darby and Takeshita.
Yeah. At the moment, it's Takeshita's money, isn't he?
He's absolutely quality, Takeshita.
And we've got the Sex Gods back together, who've got a tag team title shot at Battle of the Belts.
Yeah, they're a good match. I really enjoyed Beretta, Cage, Vikingo, and the other one.
That's where I stopped it at when I was watching it. I watched it late into my shift, so I was like,
I don't know the other one. Keith something.
Oh, he's on an independent scene, and he became very popular in the independent scene on online. he plays like his character's like an old western bounty hunter.
Yeah, Brian Keith, that's the one.
Brian Keith, yeah. That's where I've paused it. I'm not done yet. That's where I'm finished. Then I've hit pause. But yeah, but we'll see how Wednesday comes. I didn't see Collision. I've not seen anything from Collision.
Yeah, I've not seen anything from Collision, to be fair.
And I've not seen anything from, but it's optimistic. I'm just hoping he pulls the trigger on the return of the Young Bucks soon, and FTR, because they've sort of disappeared off TV too.
FTR were on Collision. They faced House of Black.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, they faced House of Black.
Yes.
House of Black laid them out.
I haven't been paying attention to Collision for a long time.
Collision's cool.
But no, it looks like he's hit that reset button, which should be good. I'm not going to lie, mate. I'm sort of into the Toni Storm character.
Yeah, I'd give it. I said it at some point that she's really. She's done what Tony Khan did with AEW. She's hit the reset button and gone,
yeah.
Well, what I've been doing is not working. I need to change it up. Otherwise, I'm just going to become this nobody backstage. And she's absolutely just got a character, and she's working it. She's doing well with it, to be fair to her.
Yeah, and I think when they put Luther with her as like his butler and stuff,
yeah,
it's working. It looks like they're going to go down the obsessed Trish Stratus, Mickey James line with
Maria May.
Yeah. But I'm there for it, mate. I'm back in. I enjoyed it. Like I say, what I've watched this week.
I enjoyed it.
I'll run back quickly to my MJF thing. Someone on Twitter, TikTok, has put a video out the other day. Imagine now, last two are the Royal Rumble. Well, two people in the Royal Rumble. Last person's yet to come out. CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. They're arguing. You hear them through the camera. We'll get rid of this person, and it's me and you. One of us is winning. One of us is finished our story, or one of us, and all of a sudden, nobody's finishing the story. Out comes MJF.
MJF comes out.
Drops them both out because they both got big history with MJF. I would pop, mate. I would probably blow my load.
I think everyone would, to be fair. As much as people say, now he's AEW. No, I think everyone would pop if that happened.
If he came out and dumped them both out and won, it'd be absolutely amazing. But then I'd be like, fuck, what's AEW got left now? No MJF.
What would be interesting is I'd like it if Triple H goes down the route of MJF shows up at the Rumble, does whatever they're doing, doesn't win it, but doesn't show up for a couple of weeks, and it's like as WWE made a deal with AEW and the speculation between it. Obviously, they haven't. MJF signed with WWE, but the speculation you could have from it, and then MJF shows up on an episode of Raw, attacks Punk or Rhodes or whichever way you want to do it, and do it. That'd be sick. I'd like that, because then the fans would be going, "Oh my god, there's a deal between AEW and WWE. Tony Khan and Triple H have actually come together."
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
But they need for that to work. They need to keep it between them. Don't share.
Yeah.
Fucking
no, that's what I mean.
Dave.
Yeah.
Brian Alvarez. It stays between them, and no one knows. And that's the issue with this time of year. I love Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view, and when the internet didn't exist, it was better.
Yeah, it was.
Because when the internet exists, like, you know who's coming back weeks before they come back, and that's the special part about the Royal Rumble. You don't know who's going to come out when or where. Like now, we talked about last week, we potentially know who's coming out and when they're winning. But yeah, no, that was cool. I thought that would be really cool. But then I've been sat there, I was like, AEW would absolutely be fucked, because we don't know when Kenny's coming back. We're not getting Will Ospreay there till Revolution. Who is it? What was it? The other one. Kenny's injured. MJF's out there. Bryan Danielson's wrestling with an orbital socket injury, which could potentially wipe him out at any time. So I'd be like, not too sure about that. And then obviously the whole storyline with MJF and Adam Cole would just be dead in the water. Also, mate, we don't really speak about this company ever. We don't at all, actually. New Japan had their version of their WrestleMania this week.
Oh, they had Wrestle Kingdom, didn't they? Yeah,
Yeah,
I've not looked at anything.
Well, I've seen some stuff I've not really gone into. I do intend to watch it this week. I'm going to be a little bit late behind. Probably won't have much conversation with it, but there was a couple of things that I want to bring up. New Japan, their entrances at Wrestle Kingdom blow everybody's out of the water.
Oh, really? Even WrestleMania entrances?
Like, Will Ospreay, mate, got permission from Ubisoft to do a Assassin's Creed entrance.
I saw his gear. I didn't know he did an entrance.
Yeah, he got. I don't know. They don't do much on the entrance. It's usually gear. They usually go overboard.
Oh, right. Well, New Day do stuff like that, don't they?
Yeah. Moxley, he got a Red Hood style entrance from Batman.
Okay. Yeah.
Down the years, mate, like Marty Scurll at one point had fully functioning wings come out of his coat.
Right.
They do go in with the costumes more than the actual stage appearances, but there was an appearance at Wrestle Kingdom that's really interested me. A certain Nick Nemeth.
Oh, yes.
And his brother. Now, his brother waste his time, his brother. And he got involved with Dave Finlay at the end of the match. But I'm more interested in what he was wearing.
I thought Dave Finlay signed for WWE.
No, it's Brogan.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah. There we
go. So Nick Nemeth was wearing a black suit, white shirt, black tie. There was promos this week from Matt Riddle in a white shirt, black tie. And who was the other one? There was a third person. Another WWE release. I can't think who it is. Let me try and find it now. There's three of them. They all were wearing black suits, white shirts, black ties. We're potentially going to get a new stable in New Japan with WWE release, Matt Riddle, Nick Nemeth, and whoever the fuck the third person was.
The third person I can keep seeing on there is Bryan Danielson.
No, Bryan Danielson.
TJP.
No,
he had a sick entrance. I saw that though.
Yeah, he's got a new sort of gimmick going himself of like some sort of reach from an anime.
Leaving New Japan.
Yeah. Oh, I had this all in my head before, and it's absolutely, as I started to tell you about it, and it's absolutely dropped out. Oh, there's Gil the Pod Dog. I can't lift my leg up, mate. You have to sit down. Go on. When you're ready, Gil. Oh, why is it gone?
I can't find anything on there of the next WWE star. Bar Bryan Danielson and TJP.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I'll have to come back to it. I'll have to come back to it another day. There's a third person, and it's another WWE release, and I can't think who it was.
Benjamin?
No, I feel like it's. I don't. I'll come back to that one, mate, and I'll try and find it and make a note of it for next week. But it looks like they're going to put these three together because I read that Nick Nemeth's character is going to be, they're calling him the Boss.
Right.
So there's potential of a bit of a. Well, it depends how you look at Matt Riddle and who his third person was. Like a decent mega stable on the independents coming.
With Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
You see what Matt Striker said about WWE releasing Riddle?
No.
It's made the news. He's had to apologise. So he said something when obviously Matt Riddle made his debut in MLW. He was facing the Samoan Werewolf. Don't have a clue who it is. And he turned, and Matt Striker said, "Can you believe that a big company has let someone like Matt Riddle go? How stupid must you be?" So then everyone went on his back because obviously the reasons why he got released.
He's faced Jacob Fatu.
All right. Yeah, so obviously the reasons why Riddle got released. And then Matt Striker's had to apologize. So originally he said, "Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The court of public opinion would like to see Jacob Fatu slap the taste out of Matt Riddle's mouth, but the court of public opinion does not convict. I'm sorry, I know it's in the world we live in, but it's not the case." And then he tweeted the day after, "I've given this a lot of thought. I could not sleep. My critics are right. I was wrong, tone deaf, trying to use the guys." He didn't say that original thing. What did he say originally? He didn't say that. It's not on here. He said something along the lines of, obviously, I can't believe they let him go. And then he said on Twitter that a talent like Matt Riddle shouldn't have been let go. He should have been given the world title and been given a push. And then he's turned around the next day and said, "I couldn't sleep. My critics are right. I was wrong, tone deaf, trying to use the guise of an art of character portrayal as self-preservation." So he literally said that it's not him that said that. It was his character on TV that said that. And then everyone's giving backlash for the reason Matt Riddle got released. And that's why he's come back out and said that. Matt Riddle's in the news for all the wrong things again. AEW have announced a match for Dynamite Homecoming. Are you ready for this?
Go.
It's a big one. And as the title of the news article reads, the most random match added to an AEW Dynamite card. Lance Archer, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony.
Okay.
Versus Preston Vance, Adam Copeland, Dustin Rhodes, and Orange Cassidy. The Gates of Agony, Brian Cage and Lance Archer against Orange Cassidy, Dustin Rhodes, Adam Copeland, and Preston Vance.
Let me break this down for a moment. So, Lance Archer, Gates of Agony, Brian Cage, steady heel faction. I'm on board with that.
Tag champ, are they the tag champs? Are the trios tag champs?
ROH maybe, I don't know.
Them. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Not sure. But then we go across. We've got Dustin Rhodes, Orange Cassidy, Adam Copeland, faces. Preston Vance is a heel.
Yep. Also on the show, Claudio Castagnoli faces Hangman Adam Page, which potentially could be a quality match.
Banger.
Sammy Guevara will face Ricky Starks, again, another banger. Samoa Joe will make an appearance, especially because Hook has called out Samoa Joe on X/Twitter and said, I want Samoa Joe. So it looks like we could be getting Hook versus Samoa Joe.
Right, so Tony Khan, I know you watched this, mate, after you drug binging. Please don't let Samoa Joe murder Hook.
Yeah, it has to be like a double count-out kind of thing.
Have him beat him, but let Hook put on a good show for himself.
Yeah, proper put on for it. Yeah.
Because it's got potential that could just be a out and out fight. Make that a fist fight because it would work.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to bury Hook. Hook is one of them talents. He's not up the top. He's not flagging in below, and he's sitting around the midway. But he could, the right push, start moving up very quickly. And if you bury him under Joe, and obviously it's Joe. Joe's going to murder people for fun now for the next how many weeks, months, whatever. Just don't murder Hook.
No.
Somebody come out and get involved. Get a DQ.
Yeah, Adam Cole or something. Well, not Adam Cole because he can't. Wardlow. Darby Allin and Sting will face the Don Callis family of Takeshita and Powerhouse Hobbs in a Texas Tornado match as well. So that's Dynamite that's been announced.
Don't know how I feel about that one because I feel like I've seen that one already multiple times.
Yeah. NXT's tonight. It's obviously the fallout of New Year's Evil. They have first round matchups in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin are tag teaming, which potentially could be decent because they've got history between each other, but also two big beefy guys against Gallus, which I'm looking forward to that match. Nathan Fraser and Akeson taking on Hank Waller and Tank Ledger. Cora Jade against Gigi Dolan, which has been building up since Cora Jade returned. And Nikita Lyons will be taking on Blair Davenport as well. We'll also have an update on Ilya Dragunov. And Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo of the family will be defending the NXT titles against OTM's Bronco Nima and Lucian Price. I have an NXT video dropping Wednesday, so please watch that. It was supposed to come out last week, but when I rewatched it back, the audio was messed up, so I've had to re-edit it and put it all back together. So it was supposed to be out a couple of weeks ago.
Obviously, I don't watch NXT on that clip last week. Did Ilya Dragunov beat Trick then?
Well, it came out. The storyline is because Ridge Holland injured him the week before, he couldn't wrestle. So I think they're saving Trick versus Ilya for
Mania weekend.
No. What's the one before that? Vengeance Day. Yeah, Vengeance Day around Elimination Chamber time. I think they're saving it for that. Or they could save it. If they play it right and do it properly, they could have. I don't think they will because I think they're going to go Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. They could do it at WrestleMania. Have Trick win the big one at WrestleMania weekend. But yeah. I think they're going to go down the Carmelo Hayes turning on Trick, which means Carmelo Hayes gets brought up to the main roster after Mania to finish off the feud with Trick the week before. So we'll see. After last year's Raw after WrestleMania, I've not got high hopes. Yeah. So that's NXT. That's Dynamite. Raw was last night. I've not watched it, but it looks like it was a good show. Otis and Ivar, I'm really looking forward to seeing because Ivar keeps putting on bangers. Like, I don't know who this person is that is a single star. I know tag team, he was quality with Eric. But as a single star, him and Bronson Reed have had absolute bangers, and now he's facing Otis. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, Cody and Shinsuke was the main event. Am I right?
Yeah.
In a street fight or something like that. So that should be interesting. And then, obviously, from what I've just seen, Tana Chance and Caden Carter have got a new tag team name of the Twinkle Twins. Sounds very Vince McMahonish. Who faced Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. So,
did you see this week on TikTok that at a live event, someone had a sign asking Cody Rhodes to be his best man?
Yes. Fair play to Cody if he actually puts up and does it. I'll be absolutely.
Well, he's put a video out. He's put his own video out saying that he didn't. It was the last sign he wanted to see that day, because it's on a weekend. But he's agreed to it, and he will be the best man. He saw the guy to give him a DM. All the details.
Fair play.
He has promised he will be the best man. Doesn't know what the guy's called, but he's promised him that he will be his best man on his wedding day.
Fair enough.
So we get married again and go to every restaurant.
I've got time to ask Punk to be mine. Can't wait.
Yeah, because let's be honest, he'll spit his dummy out saying he'll have some free time.
He'll need something. He needs something to do, won't he? And I ain't got a girlfriend, so. Anyway, Monday Night Raw. Yeah. The smallest violin playing the world's saddest song. Monday Night Raw could be coming away from TV, and it looks like it's Amazon Prime that it's going to.
I'm all right. I've got Prime. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I've got Prime. I'll use it for Prime Gaming for all the perks it has. So I'm not bothered. I pay for it anyway, and the only reason I have that is for the Champions League and Raw and SmackDown. So I'll be getting rid of that anyway, because United aren't in the Champions League anymore. So that'll be something I get rid of till next. Oh no, it depends on where we finish, but till next year anyway. So
it's 3.
potentially, but we'll talk about that soon.
Okay.
But yeah, there's one more thing. Obviously, Mercedes Moné debut is expected very soon, so it looks like she's not returning at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted more than Charlotte Flair. I don't think
Fair
WWE
play.
that, considering how much
You know,
Jade Cargill as well.
fair play, because I can guarantee CM Punk's on more than anybody else in the locker room.
He's not, actually. There was a list. I tried to find it before because I wanted to have a discussion about it. Roman Reigns is top. Seth Rollins is second. Charlotte's
Yeah, but
third.
they get champion bonuses, don't they?
This is without any bonuses. This is like base pay. Lesnar is fourth.
He fucking's never
No.
there.
Eh? Yeah, but he still gets paid a fortune, mate. He's still contracted to them. From what I thought, he wasn't, but apparently he is, according to this. Reigns top, Seth second, Lesnar third, Charlotte fourth, and can't remember the fifth one. Punk was in top 10, but he's nowhere near the top 5. So, but he's still getting paid a significant amount. And one last thing, because we both got time, we need to both go. Sean Waltman looks like he's going to be in the Rumble. He's already made hints that he's in Florida over Royal Rumble weekend, so probably be there.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan looks like she could be returning at the Royal Rumble. Obviously, she got done for possession.
Charlotte's not been dropped this week.
Yeah, it looks like she was holding it for someone else. And the other person could be returning is Naomi. Well, obviously, it looks like it's going to be returning is Naomi for the Rumble as well. So
yeah, it's looking that way, isn't it? Obviously, talking of Sean Waltman, I don't know the last time we did a bit of an update on Flipper Wrestling. I did.
There's been nothing since, has there?
That's what I'm just checking now. I did break the news to Matt earlier on. I have realised I will not be able to go this year. It's the first time ever. And it's literally since the start. I've been every year. But yeah, I was looking, because I'm going away in February, and I was looking up to see what I could do, and it dawned on me I'm going to be away for the weekend. The Flipper Wrestling's on. But because we've had a bit of friendship with him, and we may, don't know, we've got to sort of see if we can have a chat with them and potentially have them on again this year. Obviously a bigger platform this year for it, because we're now on YouTube. We weren't last year. It is on Spotify if you want to go back and have a listen to it. Listen to me talking to the guy, because Matt got starstruck with some random guy.
It wasn't starstruck. When stuff like that happens, I always go, I don't know what to ask, because you always ask all the questions I want to ask.
So obviously
we'll plan it beforehand.
Yeah, so it's not on video, this one, but if it was on video, Matt's said, look, if Matt could be, he'd be sat with his hands under his chin, gazing into this guy's eyes.
I was just intrigued with everything he was saying about his people he's met and stuff. It was very intriguing.
Yeah, he was living Matt's dream, really, let's be honest. I know
he is. Listen, he is.
But yeah, the lineup, I don't think there's any more.
There's been no changes since last time we did the update.
As somebody goes every year, I'd be, if I was going this year, I'd be upset with the lineup if this is where it ends. This is probably not the best. I'm not going to criticize it, because it could surprise me and drop more, and you always do. But the lineup, as it looks on the website now, you have Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter is doing a Cobra Clutch challenge, and you get one of his coins. But also, he's charging different fees for different things you sign.
All right.
Which, I don't agree with. Trish Stratus and Lita, which I knew you were excited about, because you wanted Lita.
Yeah, Lita. I was always a Lita fan more than Trish.
Sean Waltman, X-Pac.
Absolutely chuffed with. I love X-Pac.
Yeah, that's the one when I remembered I went going, the one that I was really gutted about, because I was going to go meet, was X-Pac. CJ Perry / Lana, Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, Shelton Benjamin, Matt Riddle, Rikishi, Mark Mero, Maria Kanellis. I forgot about Dylan. Dylan Paul still Hornswoggle. Oh, that one hurts. He's only 25 quid. No. Al Snow, real one. Enzo Amore. How are you doing? And I don't know if we announced it, but Sting did cancel because it's on the same weekend as Revolution, which is his retirement match weekend. This is all on the weekend, so between the weekend 2nd and 3rd of March, which is the weekend.
Where are you, John?
I'm in New York.
Yeah.
I'm potentially watching the Knicks play Brooklyn Nets play basketball that weekend, though.
I'll be seeing Nick.
Nemeth.
Yep. I'm still going.
I might have to ask you to get some stuff signed for me while you're there. I'll pay for it, obviously.
Obviously, I'm fucking skint. Got a card to pay for. Yeah. We'll obviously potentially have them on again and to discuss the full love of wrestling. I'll have more questions this time. I won't.
I think it was quite quickly done. Well, we were in our early entities of.
Yeah.
Well, they were our first interview, weren't they? But we've grown. We'll get some questions lined up, and obviously it'll be on YouTube. Hopefully, if we do it. I can't see why they would turn us down. It's actually wherever me and Matt agree that we want to do it. We're not disagreeing. Honestly, this is not one of the backstage fallouts between me and Matt.
No, we don't have fallouts. It's just we go yes or no. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. No, all right, no.
Yeah, we're just not too happy with how it played out last time. That's all we're going to say in the matter. I
hold grudges.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy with it either, mate. I just want you so you're aware that I'm not happy how that played out last time either. But I'm thinking audience-wise, mate. But yeah, we could potentially have it'll probably be the same guy again as well.
Yeah.
From last time on, which would be interesting because he's quite heavily involved with all the Comic-Cons and stuff.
He gave us a lot to talk about. Like he just spoke about everything, and it was cool. It was really good, good to have him on. It was just their end of the bargain didn't hold up into what ours did.
Yeah, and that'll be something we'll be ironing out clearly with him because I don't want to.
Yeah.
But yeah,
released a mad dog on him.
But we will be stating the rules to him if he is coming on. If you know the rules, if you don't know the rules, get to know the rules.
Oh mate, I hate him. Don't do that because I hate him. Don't do that. I hate him so much.
I don't like him even. I just like that because no one knows what the rules is, and that's how.
No, that's it. Big up the Chinese when he's having Chinese, and I'm like, you what? I like, you can't say that. Big up the Indian.
If anybody's wondering, like, what are you banging on about now? It's Bevo on TikTok. Go and watch him.
And you've heard me mention this person before, but he called out Angry Ginge at one point because Angry Ginge, we're watching him. He does his reactions when he's eating his tea on stream, and it's just funny to see his reactions. And he's watching him, and he's like, "How can he just take a gulp and not even bite it and rate it out of 7 or rate it out of 10 when you've not even chewed it or whatever?" It's so funny. And then
do you know why
he started to eat like beef with Angry Ginge, and Angry Ginge was like, "Mate, I don't want any of this."
He's betting on his Turkish teeth, aren't they? They're all fake teeth, so you can't chew properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if we do have them on, they will know the rules. WWE t-shirt, a wrestling t-shirt or not, it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, fair play.
We open every show up the same way. But yeah, I'm just trying to think what else we've got. If we've got anything else planned at the moment, you've got your NXT video coming.
We've got my NXT video that was supposed to be out, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, but sound-wise, there's been an issue with it. But it'll be going up on Wednesday. We have the next episode of Matt v John on Friday. No, Saturday. No, Friday. I'm trying to get a day off, day in, day off, the kind of thing. And then on Monday will be this video. I'll release this on Monday. So there's videos coming. We released that one behind me. What would we like to see? Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, Rock and Roman at Elimination Chamber. We had a discussion around it. We also talked about World's End and how the MJF story played out. And we spoke about New Year, Christmas, and what we did. So go check that out. Thank you for... I've got a lot of people on Twitter following us. We nearly have 400 people following us on Twitter. that I engage with and discuss, and I'm always posting on there. So thank you for coming over from Twitter. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
But if you're coming over from Twitter,
yeah, you need to hit the subscribe button because it's pissing
that button
me.
down that way.
I'm fed up of seeing 51. Just please get to 100.
That button down there. Hit the
Clash of the Castle comes out at 100. You need to do it.
Hit the subscribe button, guys. If you are coming over across from Twitter, I don't engage Twitter. I don't really do Twitter. To be honest, I don't really do social media, which is quite tough for me. I have them, but I sort of glance at them, look for what I'm looking for, and I'm gone. So Matt does take the lead on Twitter. I am the one. If you are coming from any of the podcast group over on Facebook, that's me. Hello. Woo. That's my post. Nice to welcome you. But yeah, no, if you're new to the channel due to Matt's or on X, Twitter, or the TikTok page or the Facebook pages, hello, welcome. Hit the subscription button. That's all we ask. Hit the subscription button, leave a comment, hit the bell for the next videos. As you heard earlier on in this episode, there's a potentially a really good, interesting one coming on me and Matt.
I like that idea.
Picking the actors that played a WWE movie, or we'll keep it WWE because we could just get lost in that. We see how that one does. We might do the AEW movie.
Oh fucking hell! There's more there. Yeah.
Potentially, we'll see. But yeah, we've got videos planned coming down the line. But yeah, so you're over here, you're already on YouTube. Hit the subscription, leave a comment, thumbs up, all that jazz. Hi Tomo, because you haven't been mentioned in nearly 2 weeks.
Shout out to Tomo.
We didn't mention
last week. Yeah, we did.
Was it the week before? Then we didn't.
I fit it in it towards the end.
All right.
By the way, have you watched the new video?
Not yet, though.
We have a new intro for the new year.
All right.
And a new end part.
Okay, I'll give it a watch.
It's before my subscription ran out on Wondershare, so I got it all in before it ran out of the 3 months. So
save it, cut it, stick it in the end. No, I'll watch it today then. I haven't had time. I haven't watched anything, mate, in the last couple of days.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's the same intro. It's just got different music and different writing on it. It's just I want to do something else, but I've got to pay for it, and all the extras, and that one that you told me to download, you've got to pay for the extras on it, and I haven't got the money at the moment, so.
No, it's fine. We need people to buy shirts from your shop using our link down below.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
And subscribe, because more subscribers get the potential we can make some funding from this, and we can then improve stuff. I need a new camera.
I want to do more on Twitch with us, but
I need to time.
Set it all out, yeah.
It's getting time with Twitch. Twitch is a tough one because it's not just sitting here for an hour and a half chatting. It's you got to get a few hours, find the right time, right niche, all that. New 2K games coming, mate. Twitch drops a supercard. We'll get something in. We'll get it there. But yeah, so the begging point again. So I've said now about 4 times. Subscribe. If you're not understood the first thing. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Hit the like button. Comment. Subscribe. Matt we were stuck on 47 for ages. Now we're on 51. He wants more. Give him feed him more. Feed him more. Feed us more.
I mean, don't compare me to that idiot who thinks his return will be bigger than the Rocks and Punks put together. But that's a different matter.
I cheer for him. Don't punk on his head though. Before we run off, Wanker of the Week.
I'm glad you reminded me. Who's the Wanker of the Week this week?
You brought it in, not me.
I know. And normally it's Tony Khan, but he's not done anything bad this week. Wanker of the Week. Can we do it next week?
All right, starting from next week, we'll have a new segment at the end of the show called Wanker of the Week.
Yeah, we'll do Wanker of the Week.
So I don't have one either, mate. I was just going to call CM Punk a wanker again because I could.
I thought so, weirdly.
JD Madonna, because he's stealing my name and they pronounce it wrong on the show. That'll do.
Okay.
I really hate with the way they
Jinder
say
Mahal, because we're getting Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal for.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal. Yeah, Jinder Mahal is both our wanker for the week this week.
Yeah. I mean, he's done that wrong, to be honest with you, but I just don't want to see Seth and Jinder.
No. But yeah, back to the begging. So obviously we're on YouTube, you're here, you're watching us, hit the subscription button. I think that's about 8 million times I've hit it now.
Subscribe, please.
Yeah. Obviously Facebook and X, if you're coming from across, you already know what it is. It's Wrestling Fellas on both of them.
You know the rules.
You know the rules. Follow.
So
do yeah, hit the follow button on them as well, or friend, whatever it is. Now I don't know what they are anymore. Like I said, don't do social media. TikTok is Wrestling Fellas Pod on TikTok, and then Instagram is Wrestling_Fellas Pod. Hit across there. Obviously, big month this month. Videos down the line. There will be a prediction video coming for a Rumble.
Prediction, we'll talk about the Rumble. We'll talk about our favourite moments. I think we did it last year, but we'll do it again.
It's my favourite pay-per-view, mate. So I'm happy to talk about Royal Rumble.
Yeah. We might do a tier list on Rumbles as well. That'd be a good one to do.
I was thinking about Rumble winners. Yeah.
We'll do a tier list.
I was sitting on the post on the phone thinking of ideas just and that was one of them. But yeah, I can't wait for Mick Foley to do his 3 Faces of Foley again.
Yeah.
It was rumoured, by the way. Apparently he hasn't got cleared. It was rumoured for him to do it this year again.
Would I like it though?
I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want him to get hurt.
It's not even that. It's just it takes 3 people out, doesn't it? That potentially could be decent in there. I get what you mean. It'd be nostalgic and it'd be fun, but
we don't really get much legends back in it now in the last few years. But
I'm fine with it though because we don't need it in the men's. The women's, I can see it, but the men's, you don't really need it.
No, I like it. I like the surprise. That's why I like Rumble. I like the surprises of the Rumble. That's why I like it so much.
There's too much good top talent now for that to happen.
Matt Riddle coming back. Just go run in and whip a bit of his slot.
Do you remember? I know we're coming off and we're trying to get off, and I am so sorry. But I watched something on YouTube yesterday of the funniest moments backstage, and where Matt Riddle was speaking to Asuka, and he literally in the middle of a scene backstage on live on Raw, Asuka was talking to him in Japanese, and he just turned around, and he went, "Yeah, I can't do this," and walked off.
I feel like I've seen that clip recently myself.
Oh, mate, it's so funny. Literally, him and Asuka are having a conversation. He just laughs and goes, "Yeah, I can't do this," and walk away.
I think he forgot the script. I think that's what it was.
Was that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah. But he was always stoned, wasn't he?
Anyway, subscribe.
But no, subscribe.
Hit the link.
Subscribe. We should do a whole hour video of us two just taking it in turns saying subscribe. Hit the link.
But
yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. It's a good month, and obviously we're on the road to WrestleMania.
Favorite time of the year.
Yeah, I think we did have a discussion. But I think the fellas are going to go out for a night out to see a certain.
Oh right, yeah.
To see a certain man who likes to make lists.
Yeah. Who is a sex god?
Le Champion.
Yeah.
Well,
Potentially.
We'll just need to get it when payday comes. If you can afford it now.
Yeah, I can afford tickets. The tickets are out. It's it depends what date.
It's the day.
No holidays left.
Thursday or Friday. Toilet.
Yeah, that's a no go then. Yeah, potentially if they'll let me do it. Would be.
Pre-build it up. Build it up. But yeah, anyway, guys, till next time. Peace out.
Peace.